Okay, so today we are going to be showing you how to apply a vinyl to a glossy surface. But this surface right now isn't glossy, it's actually a matte surface that I'm trying to apply the Maleficent to. And you can see that it's actually not applying very well. You'll see here in a minute how the lips are actually lifting up. So just know that I recommend to try and apply it to a glossy surface. If it's not a glossy surface, you're going to run into a whole lot of issues. Mostly uh, it's just going to ruin the vinyl. Alright, so here we have a glossy surface, beautiful glossy surface with Pikachu and Eevee on it. Yes, it is my case with Pikachu and Eevee. Woo! So we're going to apply this brand new butterfly vinyl that I made myself. Obviously, the other two characters are not belonging to me, even though I do make the vinyl for them. But I will apply this vinyl beautiful butterfly, and you'll get to see what it looks like here in just a minute. Alright, so first you'll see that I'm actually taking off the transfer tape and the vinyl from the backing. Now this paper backing is holding onto that piece of vinyl a little bit better than it ought to. That's just something that happens sometimes. So I'm going to take my fingernail, rub the vinyl onto the transfer tape a little bit better, and voila, it pulls off. So pull it off. You're going to go a little slow as you're pulling off just to make sure that you're not like losing anything. And you'll see right there actually a piece of paper pulled up on the from the actual backing. So what I need to do is I'm going to take that piece of paper that's stuck to the vinyl itself off of the vinyl. This isn't a problem that you'll really run into because I have adjusted my cut depth so that it's not going to really happen for any vinyls you purchase from me. But this is something that was done before I actually adjusted that depth. So here the transfer tape and the vinyl are now separated from the backing paper, and you'll see that once it's off, it has like a really nice design, looks clean. You shouldn't see any like blue or any color discoloration from the color that the vinyl itself actually is. So the vinyl is going to be black or blue or white or whatever color it is. It's going to be that color with stickiness on it. So this is me where I've placed it. I've decided to place it on the bottom instead of up top where I originally was thinking. I have cleaned off the area, dried it, made sure that everything is working the way it needs to work, and so that I can actually stick it down without worrying about there being anything under it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that card and I'm going to actually go over the vinyl from inside to outside, so placing a good amount of pressure. Now if you're doing it on a case like I did here, you're going to want to make sure you're not like ruining your computer or whatever. But you can apply quite a bit of amount of pressure without having really any issues. So you go inside, outside. The reason you do that is because you don't really want to get any bubbles in the vinyl itself. The transfer tape doesn't really matter as much. So the transfer tape, you're going to see like air pockets because it's got the vinyl underneath it. Um, but you just don't want to see air pockets in the vinyl itself. If you see air pockets forming it in the vinyl as you're doing it, just keep working on it, working it out. A lot of times there will be little pockets, especially in little air pockets, especially in bigger designs. But with those bigger designs, just kind of know that if you work from the inside outside, you're not going to really get those as much, and you can kind of work them out a little bit better. Um, but one thing I would definitely recommend is working from inside to outside. And if you do that, you shouldn't really experience many big pockets or anything like that. And if there are little ones, oftentimes those will just work out over time as you have the vinyl on. So now I've got the corner of this vinyl the transfer sheet, the plastic transfer sheet, and you'll see that I'm pulling it up now. Slowly, after I've made sure that everything's down okay. But you still want to go slow because it's still possible for things to pull up, especially with these intricate designs that I do. You want to make sure you go a little slower than just like ripping it off. It's not like a band-aid. Don't want to rip it off like a band-aid. You want to rip it off just kind of slow. Take it easy, and it does take a little bit of patience, definitely. If you do see anything pull up, you're gonna want to make sure you go. Just stop where you're at. You don't have to put the tape back down. In fact, don't put the tape back down because then you could really actually pull up the vinyl. But you want to just take your card or whatever you're using and just go over that area again, trying to make sure that that stickiness of the vinyl sticks to what you've got. and there it's done. It's it just took maybe like 30 seconds or so to get that off all the way, but you can see that it really just turned out quite well, and I was actually really pleased with this. I still am pleased with it. It's still sitting on the back of my computer as I'm recording this, actually. So, this voiceover. And here I show you what's left of Maleficent. So I got extremely impatient and decided, whatever, I'm just going to get rid of it and not even worry about it. So, um, like I said, you can really damage the vinyl itself if you try to put it onto a non-glossy surface. You're going to run into an issue like what I did, is I got impatient and didn't want to spend the time to make sure every little thing stuck, and so I just kind of trashed it. Now, if you are sticking it onto a surface that is not glossy, just know it's going to take a lot longer than it did for me to do the glossy surface, or even what it's going to take you to do the glossy surface. You can see it sticks really well. No separation or anything like that, even those little tiny lines. So yeah. So thanks again for purchasing from me. If you haven't purchased from me, that's totally fine. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any further questions or concerns or anything like that with my vinyls, or just trying to figure things out, drop me a line at coppercouplecreations@gmail.com. Have a great day.